All right, we're live, Bartow.
Boom! I was just reading comments, trying to figure out how I would distinguish myself. So I was using all caps for a bit.
And I cannot get mine on for some reason. So
you can't get your subscreen?
The little tagline on.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Don't know why. It's not taken.
Ryan Summers is in. It's time for another exciting show. Ban Bart, no caps. That just means I'm shouting DH Silv 2. Boom. All right, now what are we reviewing today, Bruno?
Well, let's this was really we thought we talked about this earlier today, and Bart had a lot of yard work stuff to do today.
What?
And he's holding up a new phone. He must have got it. Didn't even tell me. Finally. Anyway.
You've been mocking me.
Bart was outside. He had a lot of work he was going to do today. And I was talking to somebody earlier, and I said, if I was a betting man, you were going to cancel on me because you were going to overwork yourself and you were going to be floored by this time, basically.
All right. First of all, I did overwork myself. However, whiskey is the salve. That's a new shirt. That's a little long. That's like a Twitter handle, a whiskey salve. I think that would be good. Scotch salve. That's a good one.
So
Travis Faircloth, love the name.
Howdy to everybody. Happy Father's Day. And that was why we hadn't planned anything, because it was Father's Day. And then all of a sudden we kind of thought, well, let's go ahead. We got the time. Now, a while back, I was in Oklahoma City, and I hadn't even seen it before, High West, not the Bourye, but the son of Bourye.
And since we're doing father and son,
that's right.
I got the Bourye.
You got the Bourye. I got the son of Bourye. We both got samples of each.
That's right.
So we will look at them side by side. And what are we going to do, Bart?
We're going to test it.
Let's test it.
Boom. We got samples. We're just going, baby. So I got samples of Son of Bourye, which sounds like it should be a movie. And then, like you said, I've got the Bourye. I've got batch 16A13. 46% ABV. That's all I have to say about that.
Well, and I can't quite read the handwriting batch number. It looks like 14U, as in Union 1.B boy.
Ooh.
Or maybe it's 1441.B boy. And it's 46% ABV as well.
Ryan Summers says he's having some, in all caps, wow, ECBP.
Oh, not already. Come on.
Yeah, Elijah Craig barrel proof. Ain't nothing wrong with a bottle of wow.
Well, we got to wait at least till the 30-minute mark to bring it up.
We can. That's right. Friday, the wife says, hey, I'm taking a half a day. Can you get off early and we will go get new phones? Boom. We did it.
Someone commented it wasn't switching to you. Maybe it is now. I don't know if I was controlling that accidentally or not. Usually it switches back and forth automatically.
I have a feeling you set it up so that only you were featured.
Well, it's doing some weird things tonight, like it wasn't the mover of rock. Right.
Yep. Scott just wants the screen for himself, says the Beeve.
Okay, now they can see you. Is it switching back and forth, or is it staying on Bart?
Yep. Ryan's digging the hat. You know, I bring the hat out now and then. This is the standard first odd hat. That is one dirty baby face. That's my young lad who's now 10.
Well, I don't know. Now it's just staying on you.
Goodness, you were having some issues. I've got no problem with it staying on me. Now, first of all, this is not a sailor hat, although I got it flipped up like it is. This is like a gardening hat. And I did a lot of rock / in the garden today. So I thought I've got to wear it. And, Scott, I've got two things for Father's Day. The first one I'm going to pull up here a little bit. So we went out to breakfast this morning, and the wife surprised me with this, which is a picture of the boys. And guess what? They're wearing our hats in several different views. So we got that. Then we got the Puerto Rican hat that I think you wore once. I don't know if it fits my head as much. Then we even got the Irish, what do you call that? The dunce cap.
Well, I did. Yeah, it's not because it's Irish. It's
no. Yeah, not. We just used
the Irish dunce cap because it's green.
Sorry, yeah, not the Irish has nothing to do with it. We're nothing against the Irish. Yeah, you were just looking for a floppy hat, basically. So that may even show up at the bar because I kind of liked that she worked in all the hats. And there was a tell when we got home from doing the new phones. Every light at my bar was on, and my boy had been watching the other boy. And I'm like, "Hey, were you down at the bar?" He's only 10, so I didn't figure he was drinking. He lied. He was like, turned on some lights, just looking at something. Well, that was because the wife was down there filming. So when he gave the gift, he admitted that was a cover lie to keep the surprise alive. I'm going to pour.
I poured my son of Bourye.
Oh, well,
I'm going to go ahead and pour them both, I guess. So,
all right. I've only got the one. Let me start with the son. Do you want me to start with the son of Bourye? No. Let me go Bourye. Let's start with Bourye.
Okay.
And then I'll pour the son. The father's got to come first, I think, on Father's Day.
Well, we've done a review of the Bourye, but not
we have
Bourye.
Right, we have. Please go check out the review, full review. Barton.
By the way, I've got you probably don't have coins with yours. I've got $2.79 and $2.80.
I do not have the coin with mine, but in my pocket I have my old 57 Chevy, the new version of the 57 Chevy. Boom, Star Wars flip right there. Stormtrooper Vader right there. Yeah, the mover of rock was at, and I have been dragging my feet. Wife wanted to, we've got several planting areas, landscape. We got to do this, we've been pulling weeds. They're set for rock. And so I finally ordered the rock at 5 tons. Whew. And the day we were going to move it was Saturday. It was 102, high humidity. So I told my wife I'm not doing it. And I got in trouble for that, dude. I got in trouble. She said, well, you can't do it on Father's Day. That's your day. I go, and the weather already said that it was 102 Saturday. Supposed to be a high of 85 Sunday, Father's Day. I go, you want to give me a Father's Day gift? Let me do the work on Father's Day, please.
Now, I was going to tell you, I didn't say anything, but I would have split the work. I would have done what I could have yesterday morning and then left some for today.
Well, so the wife went out and decided that she needed to do some work Saturday. That was a lesson right there, dude. She was 2 hours. She was wiped. I was like, yeah. I paid for it, but yeah. So she also learned that shoveling rock is the hard part. She's like, that ain't hard. You're just moving it from there over to there. I'm like, yeah, that's right. Turned out.
Right, we've had a lot of comments coming in, and I haven't even replied to any, I don't think, but I do see one up there. Matthew D comments. He says, gents, you must get hands on bottles of OYO Michelin Reserve Bourbon. And I don't even know what that is, nor have I heard of it. We need a little bit more information there, Matthew.
Goodness. That I got to call out Jackass Whiskey and Pinto Bean said Star War, didn't even get the title right. Ellipsis UGG.
Now
he's got the proper ellipsis, and I'm with the UGG, but Star War, I mean, what was that? Come on.
Now, and someone comments Food Quig is live. Yeah, I got the little notification. Last week we had Food Quig on. Food Quig has started an after party live stream, and he's even a couple of times it's where he's sitting down watching us recording himself. So that's going on tonight. So Bart, say hello to Food Quig.
Food Quig, you the man. It's very meta. It's very, very meta to have Food Quig watching us as he films. That is cool.
It's kind of quiggy.
Oh, it's very quiggy. He's got the quig.
Quiggy, do you have any High West?
Good rye, standard bourbon, but the reserve is fantastic. That's from Matthew D. Well, Matthew D, do us a favor. We need fans to reach out to like their favorite little distilleries, big, small, micro, whatever. Just tell them who we are. We've had a few folks reach out. We find stuff. We reach out to them. But when they hear it from the fans, I think it's helpful. All right, what do you got? Let's nose this Bourye, son.
You're going with the Bourye first or the son of Bourye?
Regular Bourye, sorry.
Regular Bourye.
Regular.
Now, and when we did the Bourye was the third High West we had done. We done Campfire and the Double Rye. And when we did the Bourye, I felt the Bourye was my favorite of the three, head and shoulders. You weren't as impressed with the Bourye as I was. You liked, I think, the Double Rye the best of them, didn't you?
Yeah, the Double Rye brought in a super young rye and an old rye, mixed them together. I dig that. I like that.
So, anyway.
Of course, the Bourye is a bourbon. That's the B-O-U.
Yep.
And B-O-U, and then they combine the R, I guess, and you got the rye. So it's a mix of bourbon and rye. Now, I like what they're doing. It's a little astringent for me. And I don't even remember, what I scored it or what I said in the past review. But even today, it's hit my cheeks real dry, real dry. Nice nose, though. Smells of allspice, cinnamon, maybe even a little cumin. Rye,
definite rye notes.
Hey, voicing's in. F-111, baby. Aardvark. Wasn't the F-111 an Aardvark? It had the weirdest, code name. Aardvark. Tell me if I'm wrong on that, voicing.
We just got in, Jesse. He asked how long we've been at it. We just got in. Bart's been rambling about this and that, shoveling rock. He's got a new phone.
Hard to believe.
Kids with hats on, and we're just now nosing we're actually doing the Bourye next to the son of Bourye, and so we're just now nosing. Oh, Bart just took a swig of the Bourye.
That's right. Voicing confirmed, yep, to the Aardvark. And I'm going to tell you, Scott, I can't remember names for nothing, but I can remember that the F-111's slang name was the Aardvark. Why?
You have selective memory.
Thank you. Yeah. That makes no sense to me. Out of the blue, I'm like Aardvark. I remember thinking, who named it that? Although, you know what the F-111 did? Nap of the earth flying. Voisin, I don't know. You are like a god. That F-111 be screaming along 200 feet off the deck, just hauling. Also known as the sound of death. Yeah, I'd terrify. I think it was a two-seater as well. I want to say it was a two-seater.
All right, I'm not outside of rye and some cinnamon. That's about the only notes I'm getting. And dusty, kind of a dusty, dry wood.
You're still nosing, not sipping?
Yep, going for a sip.
Yeah, it's got a dustiness, that's for sure. I like that dusty. Wow, Cato just polished off a beautiful ribeye. I need that. Voicing 200 feet SCP. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds awesome. And then the Brits would fly below us at 50. Are you out of your mind? That's crazy.
All right, definite great mouthfeel with it when I put it in my mouth. There is some astringency to it, dryness.
Okay. And I'm going to say jackass here because I'm reading it. He got Star Wars spelled correctly. Great ellipsis. Lucas's dialogue ruined it for me. I agree. Dialogue from Lucas, not great. Coppola had told Lucas on second unit his dialogue was shit. He's correct. He is correct. Wow. See, I don't like the dusty as much. I don't mind it, but I don't like it as much. But
good.
This is more up your alley. This feels more bourbon than rye.
I think it's a good almost 50-50 mix.
Oh, you're probably right. I'm just saying, I lean I love rye. I love the spiciness of rye. I definitely get more wood bourbon notes out of this. So,
Food Quig is commenting. Food Quig, do you have any High West?
No. Now we got Ryan saying he's an old school Star Wars fan. Yeah, pretty much. Darth Maul was phenomenal, but other than that, that and I love the new Rogue One is maybe my favorite. You know what? I've called this before. I want there to be like a Rogue 2, and it just keeps stepping backwards. And I want to get the backstory on the Chinese fellas. Love those guys. That's like you and I. Boom. Hey, which one would you be? The blind? You'd be the blind dude. I'd be the heavy weapons guy.
Yeah, I like the blind dude.
I like the blind dude, but I'm just saying if it was you and I would be the heavy weapons dude. You'd be the blind guy. That's right up your alley.
All right, I started nosing the sun. You want to move on to the son of Bourye a little bit?
Well, I'm going to have to. I only brought in one glass, so Voisin's got a deal. FYI, Bar F-111 was affectionately known as the pig. Love it. Due to its long snout and terrain following ability. Look at that. They were finding truffles with that F-111, baby.
I was thinking, it said, what's that say about the dialogue? Darth Maul was phenomenal, and he had only one sentence.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I thought he had a couple, like 2 or 3.
No, it was all, boy, that you could just.
Well, the thing is, though, do you know they didn't? Ray Park was the actor. They didn't even use his voice.
That's crazy.
They didn't like his. They didn't like his voice, so they actually dubbed in somebody else's.
Like more of a demon voice. I almost got some High West. It's from Food Quig. Thought it was too expensive, so I passed. It is expensive, Quig. I may get some. Sipping on Duke. I need to try some Duke.
All right, Daniel Willis is asking. He wants us to get our hands on the High West Midwinter Night Dram.
Yeah,
we got a care package from Liza the other day.
Yes, we did. Go, Liza, go.
Liza sent us some High West samples.
Liza is phenomenal.
Now, she sent us samples of Midwinter Night's Dram. Bourye from 2015. The one she was telling us about in the comments, she thinks it's better than the batch that we reviewed.
Really?
She sent us a sample of a San Francisco liquor store exclusive double rye that's aged in vermouth barrels.
Hey, Lloyd wants to know what you got Son of Bourye for. How much?
Son of Bourye, I could not pass up. I'd never seen it before. It was $36.
Woo, he got it for $45.
And I should have picked up, I think they had 2 or 3 bottles. I should have bought all of them.
Yeah.
Now, wait, who asked that?
Fink, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's Fink is Beard. Bubba and the Beard.
Oh, I may have been wrong. I was looking and glancing. Yeah, Duncan Harmsworth, love the name. He's got Darth Maul's one line in dialogue. At least we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge.
That's right. So the San Francisco liquor store exclusive double rye aged in vermouth barrel, basically a single store exclusive yippee-ki-yay. And then samples of the same San Francisco store single barrel selection of American Prairie, which is aged in a peated Scotch barrel. Probably way too weak E for our resident Petehead Bart, but it's pretty interesting, she says. So thank you, Liza.
Cool. Now you got that in Oklahoma, right? Because Jerry,
the son of Bourye was on the north end of Oklahoma City.
Boom. Yeah, we've got pretty good Midwest prices here. We can't find everything. You know what I heard? And this could be complete fallacy, but and I can't remember if it was Andrew or somebody else. Oh, no, I can't remember who it was now. So I don't even want to name, but one of the liquor store I think they put me in contact with one of their reps, and I can't even remember his name. And he said he told me that one reason we got such a good selection of, I can't even remember what it was. Might even have been Tomatin. No. But he said it was because the Koch brothers are in Wichita. And one of the guys that works for the Koch brothers was friends with like a couple distillery owners over in Scotland. And so that got us on like the get a case here, get a case there deal. So the Koch brothers, whether you love them or hate them, apparently someone there likes Scotch. So,
that sounds like a made-up story to me.
That's a tall tale. Well, they said it was supposedly one of their like CEOs and one of their department heads. That makes sense. Those guys make a lot of money. Surely there'd be a Scotch enjoyer, right?
Oh, you'd think, yeah.
Yeah. Is that a Puerto Rican sombrero hat? No. No. If this was Puerto Rican, it'd be white and it would be straw, and it would have to have something on it that proclaimed it Puerto Rican. Anything Puerto Rican has to say Puerto Rican on it, including my wife's car. She's got stickers, a tag, everything says Puerto Rico on it, just in case you missed the first hint or if you can't figure out the personalized tag. And then there's usually like a Puerto Rico and the flag. So the flag is everywhere. Now the nose on this.
On which one?
On the Son of Bourye. We'll just call it the Sun. The Sun smells a little sweeter, a little more vanilla, a little more cream.
I've got them side by side, and I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, the other one I got a lot more of the allspice. This is creamier. See what you're doing there is you've corrupted your nose. Your nose and
your nose.
Yeah.
You're just probably plugged up from being outside all day.
No, I'm clear for some reason. I didn't mow.
You got a Velvet Elvis, by the way, on all the Puerto Rico talk.
I see that Jerome D. I like how he's got that big capitalized D in there. Velvet Elvis. Jesus, the Koch brothers are dirty. Now, maybe he means Jesus. Sorry, I went with the Spanish pronunciation.
Now, without going to the fine print, the Son of Bourye is a younger version of the Bourye.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Hence, not the $90 price tag on the bottle.
Yeah. Beaver says, wait, Bart's wife is Puerto Rican? We never knew.
I know. Imagine that.
Love it. I love it. Hey, it makes me more worldly.
No, side by side, I'm not getting any difference on the nose.
Wow. Marty Neary says he got back from Utah. He picked up an exclusive. It's called Light Whiskey, 14 years old, from High West.
I remember reading something about that a while back, probably last year.
Well, I like the nose on the Sun better. I'm going in for the taste.
Okay. I'm still not picking up a difference. I'll go in for the taste as well.
All right. Wow. I get a little bit of an alcohol spark on the forefront. Makes me think it is younger.
It's lighter.
It is lighter. I'm not getting any astringency whatsoever.
No, that's gone.
And I get a little bit of light cola, like an RC cola, right at the end. There was something in the middle that I didn't pick up. Finish is short. I get a little bit, not quite astringency, but a little bit of like cheek feel, cheek prickle. Got to really emphasize the ill.
Ryan Summers, if we are going to try the bad bottle of WOW tonight, that is coming up. We're going to talk here in a little bit about July 8th. We are doing 12-hour, what we are calling 12 hours of boom.
12 hours of boom, baby. We're going to do 12 shows back to back, 45 minutes, 15-minute break, 45 minutes, 15-minute break. Craziness will ensue. First of all, I am digging this as a dropper, dude. We got to find a way to make these, sell these, or something. It's a stainless steel straw, goes right into the water. Boom, you got it. No muss, no fuss. It's not as pretty as the glass from Sip Dark, but boy, is it functional.
Now, with that bad bottle of Wow, though, the sender of that, Brian Andrew Descend, is going to join us.
Yeah.
During one of our 45-minute blocks, Brian Descend is going to join us. We are going to, because he also sent us samples of a old Forester that was made in 1953 that was in Grandpa's cabinet that was found after he passed.
I thought you were going to say Grandpa's cabinet. Yeah, well, yeah, I know. Well, you were like cabinet. I mean, you like clapped out the syllables. It's killing me. That was good though. 12 hours at Dummies. I like that. That's good. 22 catch 22. That's a good one. We may do that. 12 hours of boom just sounds great. I got to imagine as the show progresses, I'm going to, can we do a couple more sneaks?
Yeah, you bet. Yeah.
Cousin Shane will be joining us, and he's going to be accompanied by a band member that he works with who is going to play acoustic guitar. Bam. So we're going to have a little bit
of live jam fest unplugged.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cheers, Jerome. Thanks for joining us.
That's July 8th, 12 hours of boom.
Well, what we're going to do, a couple comments there. We were going to go live for 45 minutes. Then we'll take a 15-minute break and then come back on the hour. We do have a couple of the shows, or at least one of the show is just going to be us, probably the first one starting out. We've got a couple of returning guests. We've got a couple of new guests. A couple slots we're still pinning down.
Right.
Dave Dvorak, who owns a liquor store, and he hosted the first Scotch tastings we attended back in 2007, 2008.
Probably the first three.
Yeah, he's going to come on and share a dram with us and talk a little bit about the Scotch test dummy origins.
Right. And has Mark Gillespie confirmed his time?
Yes.
Yes. Mark Gillespie is on what time? Do you remember?
I'm going to have to look it up. He's, I believe, 8 p.m. Central.
Ooh, he's coming in later. Boy, is he is strong to come in later.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows where we'll be by...
we will have a doctor on hand monitoring us.
Yeah. We're going to have safe messages. We do not, and there's designated drivers. There's a lot of safety involved in this. And we're going to be sipping small amounts in order to stay fit, at least until those last two sets.
Well, yeah, we've got to pace ourselves, and we've got some plans, and one dram an hour. We've got to stick to that. No varying.
Right.
No peer pressure, and it's not going to be 12 bottles of Wow in a row.
No. Yeah, we're going to have to be careful. We do want to be smart on this. Someone already commented this is going to be a repeat of the rye shootout. Not a rye shootout. If we can survive the rye shootout, this should be a breeze.
That hurt. That one hurt.
That was a mistake. My quote there, we fought the rye and the rye won. And it wasn't even close. Claire the third need 14 bottles of Wow. Yeah. Jesse, yeah, excellent. Much better than the regular Spice Tree. All right, so anything else on the Sun? I mean, the Sun's a bigger sipper. It's not as astringent. What's the ABV? It feels a little lighter. I would say a 43, maybe.
Nope, it's the same, 46%.
Really?
Yeah. I'm going to go back and you got rid of, or you got done with your Bourye, didn't you? I'm going to go back and forth here.
Should I go get? No, I remember what the Bourye tasted like.
It's oakier right there. Now I'll tell you too, the son of Bourye, you can almost taste that younger dill in it and the cinnamon.
Yes.
It's a little lighter. In the Bourye, you definitely get the age shows. there's more oak in there, just going back, and then that astringency following that aged bourbon.
I agree.
But now I'll tell you, when I bought the Son of Bourye and cracked it open and tried it, I thought, well, that's what I say, for $36, I was like, I should have picked up all 3 bottles that were 2 or 3 bottles that was there.
Right. Now 22 Catch 22 says, see if Fred Minnick wants in. We've reached out to Fred, and he just said he wasn't gonna.
He was busy. He's busy.
He's busy.
That he would keep us in mind, but he was too busy at the time.
Yeah, he had a lot going on time, because we love Fred. I've got his book, Bourbon Curious. I think I've got too many books now. Bourbon Curious was great. Guys, go out and get that if you haven't. And I'm loving the fact that he's contributing a lot more in the Whiskey Advocate. So yeah, love us some Fred, and hopefully he'll come on sooner or later. So we're going to do a couple phone ins as well. I really liked when I dropped off the show, and then Scott called and I came in over the speakerphone. That was fun. There's a certain aspect I would like to do more of that as well. I don't know if we're going to look into that. I would love to do some call-in stuff. So, but we'll see. That's just me dreaming there, maybe. It's
a visual show. We're a video media.
It is, but you got to admit that call-in was phenomenal when I called in, and we didn't plan that or anything. We just riffed that on the spot. So,
Browning 442 just asked, how does the Son compare to the original Bourye? It's definitely a younger version. Side by side, I prefer the Bourye. It's much richer, much fuller. It shows its age. There's a little right there, Bart shaking his head, because the oakiness and the astringency are turning him off.
True. Yeah, I get a lot more of the on the flavor palette. I get a lot more of the caramel. Like I said, the trail at the cola at the end.
Is it worth the price difference, though, when you look at Son of Bourye, which I got for $36, which is pretty cheap?
Yeah, 36.
Probably 40 to 45, whereas, the Bourye is around $90. So basically, you can get the Son of Bourye for half the price of the Bourye.
Yep. I mean, I think if you really enjoy those drier, astringent, oaky flavors, Bourye is great. I've been liking everything High West puts out. I mean, I don't hate the Bourye, but it's not really down my road. It's not up my alley. So, but yeah, I like this. I mean, this is nice, and that's at a good price point too, especially with that higher ABV.
Jesse Voisin is asking, what bottles have we picked up in the past couple of weeks that we can't wait to open?
I haven't grabbed anything the last 2 weeks. Oh, you got to speak.
Oh, okay. Well, or I got to speak, or you got to quit speaking. How about the 25th anniversary Knob Creek? That may come open during the 12 Hours of Boom, maybe the last show.
Bam. Look at that. Yeah, I'm going to have to go get some stuff to get ready, because you know what? We need to sit down. I had a thought today, because I had a couple topics I wanted to work in as well to a couple shows. I mean, one I've been wanting to work up, and I don't know, I want to have a good topic when Mark's on too, but have you noticed how early on, a couple of years ago, maybe even 3 years ago, NAS was dang near a dirty name? And I think
yeah,
it is. And I think that started to fade. I mean, there's some bottles that aren't worth it, and then there's some just unbelievably great NAS whiskey out there. And I think whiskey as a whole's jumped over, NAS is garbage thing, because there's some wonderful stuff coming out. So, but I'd love to bring that up as a topic with some folks, and maybe even have a few questions that are standard and that we can ask each of the guests maybe as we're moving through. I don't know. This is a experiment in progress, so you guys can kind of enjoy the process as we do as well. Let's see, Danny. Sorry, I still think that way. I missed the first part. What does Danny still think that way about?
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I missed up there. I was looking at the comments to see.
So I love Knob Creek and its expressions, the Whiskey Scout.
Now, let me say, though, too, because there's different. So the 25th anniversary Knob Creek is a single barrel, and you can tell, or there's different barrels, but you can tell by the proof. So the one that I've got is 121.8 proof and was bottled February 25th of 2004. So it's a 13-year-old.
All right. Danny is saying the NAS, he still thinks that way, that it's crap.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I don't know, man. I've seen a general sea change kind of on the whole in regards to it. And I think you're getting some great tasting stuff. By the way,
I think if you discount a whiskey just because it's a NAS, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. I mean, because there's some good ones. There's we had a lot of good whiskeys, a lot of good scotches that are NASs.
Right. But hey, whatever you want, Danny.
Yeah. Well, now we've had a couple, let me say, that definitely are overpriced. I don't know that we've had a bad one. I don't know if we had a bad NAS. I mean, everything's got its price range. I think we've probably had some that are, too expensive, too high.
Sure. I mean, come on, Compass Box has broken some doors down, kicked them open with their blends. I mean, their grains, their blends. So I think it's a bold new world.
That, just as you were saying that, DH Silv 2 commented, I found only some people's NASs are worth it, such as, say, Compass Box. But from some brands, it's an issue.
Bingo. Look at that.
Yeah.
DH
well,
boom.
There were some comments earlier about somebody knowing my address because they wanted to come raid the Compass Box collection up there.
And just so you guys know, Scott used to be a target shooter, and he's good. He was on a competitive team. You could have gone and done that whole Olympic, cross-country ski thing. I think you would have been great at that.
Yeah, maybe.
You would have been. What is that, decathlon? No, what do they call that? I think it is. No, it wasn't decathlon.
That might be.
Yeah, I can't remember. Somebody out there will know on the intrawebs. Yeah, you would have, because it was all, I saw a whole thing on that. It's all about slowing your breathing down, being in good shape. You would have killed that thing.
Hey, real quick, Don Nishida is with us, and he's getting ready to go for Father's Day dinner. We also got a care box from Don this week in Hawaii.
Woo!
And we got... First of all, we got some samples of Westland Distillery Sherrywood.
Lloyd says you can get a good look at a T-bone by looking up a bull's arse.
By putting your head up his arse, yeah. Wait. That's a Tommy Boy. That's Tommy Boy.
Sweet.
But from Hawaii, we also got some Hawaiian Chip Company sweet potato and taro chips.
Wow.
We got... Hawaii's Local Buzz tropical shortbread.
Ooh, I got an artist buddy that lives in Hawaii. I'm not sure on which island, but
how about some Hawaii's Local Buzz Hawaiian coffee?
Ooh,
that's whole unground coffee beans.
Unground, right, we can split them.
We got us some. Here's some good stuff right here. Old Pulteney fudge.
Woo! Now that sounds good. My goodness, that's the box that keeps on giving.
Yep. I'm sure I pronounced this wrong. Kaulaui Fire super spicy hot sauce.
Whoa, God, it's like he knows my soul.
And some 100% Kona single estate coffee.
Ooh.
So good care package from Hawaii.
My goodness. That's unbelievable. I just thought it was going to be a little something.
Yeah.
Wow. That's very cool.
22 catch 22 comments. The old Pulteney 17 and 21 are going away. And we should pick up the 21 before it does, because it is a very reasonably priced. Well, most of the old Pulteneys, the OPs are. And I know a while back, the 21 year was still only $140, I think here. $130, $140 for a 21-year-old.
Wow. First of all, you sound like you're like seasoned, the OP. I'm down with OPP, baby.
That's probably Twitter talk, just because everybody tries to shorten stuff up, because of the overall character count.
Sure. Let's see. Duncan Harmsworth in Michigan, the Lafroig 10 and the Lafroig Select are roughly the same price, and I would choose the Lafroig 10 every day. Well, I'm with you. Lafroig 10 is just a phenomenal 10-year peated whiskey. Let's see. Lafroig Select is pretty underwhelming.
Yeah, that's probably the weakest of the batch, even when we did our 7 Lafroig lineup.
Yeah.
And I think it's only bottled at 40%, which is probably one of its shortfalls.
Right. Everybody's agreeing.
Also, I just realized, I apologize, I don't have any movie quote or even trivia up for tonight.
Wow.
See, this was so impromptu, I didn't even get that done.
Yeah, he thought I was going to bow out. I told him whiskey's good for the back.
What about noon today? I said, hey, or I think you asked if we were doing a live show tonight, and I said no. And then I said, well, unless you want, just me and you. And you said, yeah. And then you were going to be outside shoveling rocks all day. And I told someone, I go, Bart's going to cancel on me because he's going to wipe himself out, and he won't make the 9 o'clock live show. So I didn't even start tweeting it or anything like that, just because I thought if I was a betting man, I'd have bet money that you weren't going to be here.
Really? No, I was looking forward to this. I kind of dig when it's just you and I, quite honestly. I mean, it's nice having guests, and I've actually been reaching out to a few micro distillers, seeing if any of them want to come on. I ran into a weird thing with that. A lot of them, their juice is not available outside of their state. So they're not necessarily, I don't know, I'm climbing in their mind. They're not maybe wanting to go on a show that's got a worldwide audience because, I mean, we're reaching all around the world. But I thought, why wouldn't you want to get the word out? I don't know. I mean, they do have to send at least a small sample or something so we can try it. Maybe that's the hang up. I don't know. So, but there is by the way, I know there's.
Well, I think a lot of distilleries don't recognize YouTube yet.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll guarantee you that's what it is. I mean, there's a lot of distilleries, a lot of Scotch whiskeys or even American whiskeys. They're run by older generations. They've been, family run or whatever. They've got their ways of advertising. They're not necessarily younger people that are in and watching YouTube. I don't think they recognize yet the pull of YouTube. We're a couple of years away from that.
Well, then we're going to blow up, dude. We're going to blow up. For those that don't know, the Origins Game Convention is going on in Ohio right now. It's huge.
No one cares.
There's a big board game convention.
What are you talking about?
Board games, buddy. Got to work it in.
You don't have to.
Hey, we've got a few crossover fans, man. I answered a board game question the other day, and they were like thrilled that board games and Scotch were combining. Danny loves you, man. He's like, LOL, Scott. No, Claire the Third says no one cares. What?
Thank you.
My God.
I know.
What? No, people care, man. If you
look right there, another one. Mark, no board games.
Yeah, Ryan gets it. Bart loves board games.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff I love that I don't talk about every episode.
Well, we're not going to get into your ballet.
Hey, you've brought up a few times just teasing that I love Zima.
Yes.
And I think Claire has tweeted Zima is back on the market. And we need to have that for the 12 hours of boom.
We do. That needs to make, because I said everybody thinks I like Zima. I remember I brought that up because you used to not like the peat. And I said, well, I can get you a Zima. That's how that all started. And then, but I did see, for a limited time, the Zima's back. I said, if they make a peated Zima, I'm in. And I think we need to create our own peated Zima for the show.
Eric Gilbert says happy, happy hippos and Scotch.
Woo! That'd be perfect. Happy, happy hippos.
Brent Murphy. Let's see. When did he thinks his coin got lost in the mail?
Do you live in Canada, Murphy? Because Canadian mail is sometimes not the best. Sorry to those Canadians.
Let me see when I shipped.
All right, I'm trying the regular Bourye again. Boy.
Yeah, that's been at least a week, Brent, since I shipped it. So if it doesn't show up, send us back an email at scotchtestdummies@gmail.com.
Kentucky curmudgeon. No quiche, no mince, no Zima.
You're breaking up. Your internet's kind of in and out here a little bit. I've gotten your boy with the spaghetti all over his face icon a few times.
I saw that pop in once. Not sure why. Although I may, yeah, no, I can see I'm getting a little grainy too. I was looking at an upgrade. They got an upgrade that I may grab onto. Supposedly, our cable provider has some new system that works with, I don't know, it's like multiple routers. They're not just boosters, but multiple routers.
A while back, Jesse wanted to, or he pointed out our new website and wanted to thank our developer, said they did a great job. So we'll let him know that.
Yeah, he's been awesome.
Yeah. We got a complete overhaul of our website. So, and it's very nice. And I see you're working on a blog post that you're getting ready to post.
Who, me?
Yeah, aren't you? Did you start one?
Well, that's the one that our developer told me that was, he moved it from public to unpublic because he said he didn't know what I was thinking.
Oh.
And he goes, surely you didn't mean to make that public. And I was like, well, I guess. And so I've got to expand the theme a little bit. So our Scottish helper on that one is phenomenal and knows his business. And so he moved it to private and asked that I work on it when I get time. No pressure. I believe he said no pressure. So, but yeah, I was also going to work on a couple videos that I might slide in there that will pair, get ready, with what?
Nothing. You're like breaking in and out so bad right there, dude. I don't even know what you said. Now I think I lost you. I got a freeze frame of you looking funny in the camera and nothing.
Am I moving on?
Now I got audio back.
All right. Let me text the wife, make sure like nobody's hitting like Facebook upstairs or something. Goodness. I don't know what's going on.
I don't think that would pull that much bandwidth. It must just be your neighborhood must be a little busy tonight.
Maybe. That's unfortunate. Am I coming in better now?
Oh, right. Yeah, now you are.
Goodness. All right. Well, it's
someone or Jamie. Oh, the Beaver's with us. I just saw his comment, but he says that I'm doing that to you on purpose to Velvet Elvis you, basically.
He may be. Oh, Jay Fretless said Bart's using a 56K modem.
Hey, okay, so here's a story about Jay Fretless.
Yes.
When we were figuring our taxes, I went through and I always go through like eBay, Amazon, most of the online places and see what I bought, for our business, yada, yada, yada. So I'm going through my eBay transactions for last year, and I had sold a camera lens, and purchaser Jay Fretless 1.
Get out.
No.
Same guy?
Same guy. I'm not on eBay as the Scotch Test Dummies. I'm on there under my personal name, and he had bought this lens, and lo and behold, here he's buying a lens from the Dummies, doesn't even know it. And he's watching us.
Wow. And so usually my connection's pretty decent.
Yeah, we have had good luck at your place.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on. I would imagine
you're not I've got Cox internet, and I've got the fastest package that they offer.
I've got the one tier below the fastest package. And maybe that's what they're doing. They've got this new modem offer. Maybe they're slowing everybody down because you had a slowdown like 3 weeks ago.
Well, yeah, I had something went wrong with my line. I had them come out. They had to come out and replace something in the box behind the house. Something that went bad.
Yeah,
because I had slowed down from a 30 megabyte upload speed to 1 megabyte.
Ugh. Yeah, I'm watching my subscreen and I'm coming in real grainy. I'm going to run a speed test while we're sitting here, see what's going on.
Not that kind of Cox, Danny.
Yeah, not the dirty kind. COX. Tell Bart.
Swami says when he uses Pornhub, it kills his connection too.
Oh my God! You know what it could be? I do have the other page open, which is tracking everybody's comments.
Yeah.
And because I'm showing a real fast download. Now let me look at my upload speed here. Wow. 72 megabytes per second on my download. My uploads sadly only at about 10.
Yeah, that's still doable for you should be 3 to 5 megabytes upload speed.
I'm going to
right now you got a good picture going, so something's just jumping in there once in a while and slowing.
I have shut down the extra screen where I was tracking comments. I'm going to start clearing some of that out. And because that is
those that missed the first part, and I don't even know it, Bart sometime this weekend went and upgraded his iPhone 3G, and he got a new iPhone. Which one would you go with?
Oh, 7 Plus.
Ooh, the 7 Plus. Nice.
Went with like a nude case because I told them I love seeing like the actual body of the phone. And they even I got some kind of glass screen protector thing that cost way too much money, but I got it.
You get those online. You can go to eBay and you get them for like $4 a piece.
Apparently not as good as the one I bought for $40.
Oh, wow.
The replacement of the used car salesman is definitely at least at the Sprint stores. They kept having a manager come up, look at the screen, and I'm thinking, show me the screen, man, because I feel like you're hiding a special deal for me or something. But I didn't care. It was time.
The Whiskey Scout is still using his iPhone 4S.
That's not bad. I mean, Apple makes quality products. I had the Apple 5, and it was solid. It was good, but it was starting to slow down just a bit.
Well, you're going to notice a big difference just in everything. I mean, even picture quality, video quality, everything. I mean, you had the 5 before. That's 4 or 5 years old now.
I don't know. The text said we bought it early 2014. He could see when we bought it.
Huh.
So, and I was like, okay. I thought we actually bought them in 2013, but so not too far off. I will tell you, the text said he was in high school when we bought it. Now he's a senior in college. That's 4 years. So I don't know. I think we're back to 2013. Because that was my first smartphone, and it was good.
I was going to jump back just a little bit. I was talking to Brent Murphy. He commented his coin hadn't got there yet. That's been in the mail at least a week now. If it's not there this week, Brent, send us an email at scotchtestdummies@gmail.com, and we'll get you another one in the mail to you.
We'll send you another one. Did he order a specific number?
No.
Okay, good.
I don't think so.
I would hate to lose like his key number that he's.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm still having a struggle with, though. It's a lot bigger. This phone is bigger.
Yeah. You'll have to get used to that.
Yeah, I do. I'm having
my wife went with that one a while back, and she loves it. I didn't know if she would or not. And my next one will probably be, I've got a 6. I'll probably go to I'll wait till the 7S or the 8 comes out this fall, and we'll probably upgrade.
Well, my wife didn't want to get the bigger one, but she found out it was the one with the dual camera. So, and all the little tweaks that the camera does. So she changed her mind quickly. Now, it could have been salesmanship, but they said the 8 has been held up, and they were being told that they may not see the 8 for 6 to 12 months.
Everything is rumor at this point. Nobody knows anything.
All right. Part of that was I was debating on waiting until the 8 came out. And the guy said I would just get it. And then my wife looked at me with like a bad, dirty look. And I was like, okay, let's do it. So, but I didn't want him thinking I was just guaranteed sale either. So. All right, so 12 hours of boom. We're going to have at least, I think we've locked down 10 guests. We are going to be at several different locations, and I'm going to just keep it that vague.
Well, and we've got a couple openings right now we're trying to fill, and a couple of you guys that we've had on, we're going to contact you. If we don't have you on the show, we'll have you as reserves if you can be that day in case someone backs out, or if we've got an opening that comes up. Swami and Mark's Whiskey Whistle.
I wanted to say we got a little care package that we're going to display on one of our pre-recorded shows from Whiskey Wings. Are we allowed to talk about that? I think we are.
I don't know.
I don't think it's a secret. He basically sent us some memorable. Well, no, he sent us like a whistle, and you got one too. I believe he's a Bobby in London. Right. I don't know if he's allowed to say that or not. So, because we got some little stickers from him and stuff. So it's out there. But very cool. And I know they've been under some strain lately. So more power to him.
Someone asked, it already disappeared, about if we were going to try to plan a Kentucky Trail tour before we went to Scotland.
Oh, I would
like to, just to
dry run.
Kind of a dry run, get some experience, kind of see what to expect, learn some stuff there on distillery tours. Right now, though, I mean, you got younger kids. We both work full time. Right. Will it be this year, next year, 3 years down the road? I don't know. At some point, we know we'll be doing it. When is the question?
Right. Because we've talked about when we do the Bourbon Trail tour, we want to put it out well in advance so that if anybody even lives in the area or fans want to come in and do it at the same time, we can link up, and then we'll be tweeting. We'll be trying to do some live Facebook, some hangouts. We are looking at upgrading a camera. We even had somebody say they may help us out with that. And then Scott was ripping on my choice. He said I put my sights too low, and if we're going to buy a new camera, we got to get something like semi-pro. And I don't disagree with you. I guess, well, you're the photog. You know the abilities of equipment. I do not.
Well, you had the top of the line one picked out if you want to stick it in your purse and go to the soccer game to record your kid playing soccer. That's a good choice.
I call it a European carry-all or a satchel. I call it a satchel. I almost spit whiskey when you said, I did not expect you to say I could throw it in my purse. Oh, you got me with that one big time. Holy moly, you caught me flat-footed there with a full mouth. Oh, that sounded dirty. By the way, is my video coming in better? I shut down all my sub-screen and everything.
We haven't had you really jump out. The video's a little blurry still.
Okay. All right.
Well, right there, it just cleared up pretty good. But
I leaned it down on my end as much as possible. So
we will do a Whiskey Scout points out to give him a heads up when we do the Bourbon Trail trip. And when we do, we're going to put it out there. We'll probably have anybody that wants to join us, and go along, tag along. That'd be a hell of a trip.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun. Because every night we'll do some kind of live shoot or something.
Now, what I want to do, though, too, Bart, is get if we could do it centrally located, say, and I think maybe Chicago is the best location. And there's a lot of, everybody's financial status and weekend plans and stuff like that, but come up with a weekend down the road and kind of have a YouTube reviewers convention, over a weekend.
We should make them come to Wichita for doing that. Home field advantage, brother.
Yeah, that's a good call. I like the way you think.
Boom. There's stuff to do here. It's not a international airport, but heck yeah, we'd be great here. Harrison Ford flies in all the time.
The drunk shuttle dummies bus. That's right. We put a big sign on the side.
That's right. We'll be using Uber.
We'd have an intoxilizer there, people a breath test, and you can't get off the bus if you're over 0.15 or so. That way we know you're not going to be the drunk, obnoxious one.
Right.
If you're over 0.15, you got to stay on the bus.
Man, you know all them 0.5s and zeros pretty good. No, you're right. But yeah, we'll have drivers. We'll do it all safe. We are skilled at that.
Malted in Montreal is in. Lloyd Fink says Kansas. Food Quig says he'll drive down.
Sweet.
Swami says he's sleeping in your bed. Browning 442 wants to know where we are at. We are in Wichita, Kansas, center of the United States.
United States, baby. This is where Boeing was at, and Seattle. So yeah, we're dead center. So everybody.
I thought Chicago was a good central location. That way, everybody's traveling, and people in Canada, it's a short trip for them. It's a short trip for us. Short trip for Bubba and the Beard.
I got a brother in Chicago, so I'm not opposed to Chicago. I'm just saying we don't know the lay of the land. So I'm not opposed.
That'd be a good time.
I'm just saying we know one gal that might even be able to get some housing at hotels at a very decent rate.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
That'd be the gal that helped us with the parade.
Our parade organizer.
Yep.
Oh, you mean here, not in Chicago?
Right, here. Yeah, so there's some hookups here that we might be able to do.
Browning 442, I went to WSU. I'm Shocker alumni. Bart is from the Denver, Colorado area.
That's right. Grew up in Evergreen, Colorado. That's about 45 minutes up into the mountains, up into the foothills.
Food Quig just needs a few months lead time to plan.
We will do that. You got a good idea, though. I think.
Yeah, well, the Whiskey Scout points out that Denver would be better. Denver would be a good location, too. I was thinking Chicago was kind of a more centrally located, even for our Canada peeps.
Well, either way, you got to fly in. So if you're flying into Denver or Chicago,
that's true.
I would prefer Denver if we were going to.
Yeah, that's true too.
So
definitely more scenery.
Well, not when you fly into Denver. It's more if you drive up into the mountains. But
just seeing the Rocky Mountains from Denver.
Sure,
it's pretty.
Yeah. I don't have. I haven't been back to Denver in probably 6 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Several votes for the Twin Cities came up. Minnesota, that's the Minnesota area. Minnesota. Minnesota.
I still say we do.
Well, Minneapolis. How about Minneapolis, Minnesota? How's that? Sorry. Chicago.
Come on, man. If there's going to be come on, Wichita has a W in it. So does whiskey. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, less ammo is needed in Denver.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that is true.
Dan E points out.
Well, then all them weed smokers will come down. They'll come in for their little brownies or whatever.
We probably got a lot of fans that watch us that are weed smokers there before you go and saying too much there.
What? I didn't say anything.
Brownie eaters.
I think weed would ruin your palate for whiskey. It's another W, though.
Mark points out, smoke them if you got them.
I'll have to wait until my glaucoma kicks in. I'm pouring.
Yeah, we'll have to look at that. We'll have to hook up with some of our YouTube peeps and see what they think. Maybe try to plan something like that.
There's a couple good board game stores in Denver.
Oh my God.
Oh, I just knew that would get you right there. You know what we could do? There's got to be a place up in Evergreen where I grew up. They've got a bar up there that's phenomenal. It's called Little Bear, and live music every night of the week, and it is awesome. Willie Nelson used to live in my town, and he used to pop into that bar on occasion and just jam. He also had llamas. That was way before anybody even knew what a llama was. First time I saw a llama was on Willie Nelson's ranch. We literally drove by his estate just to see a llama. My dad was like, "We got to go see a llama." I'm like, "What are we doing?" I'm 15. He's like, "We're looking at a llama." And then he's like, "That's a llama, and that's Willie Nelson's house." And then I think the feds came and took it because he didn't pay taxes for years or something.
Browning 442 says, "What about Black Hawk in Colorado, a gambling town? That's just outside of Denver, along with Central City. That'd be a good idea too."
Well, it's about an hour up into the mountains.
You'd have to fly into Denver and then arrange travel to that locale.
But they've kind of got it situated. When I moved out of that area, they didn't have it situated. It's situated now. I'm sure we could stay up there, but it's a little more expensive because of the gambling.
DH Silv 2 points out Louisville is a perfect central location, and it's from a state known for whiskey and not much else.
That's true.
Let's move. Hey, let's talk. We did the 16 rye shootout. We are in the plans of a 16 bourbon shootout, which will be completely blind. I will take the 16 samples.
Yes.
And I will pour them into 4-ounce sample bottles, and I'm going to label them 1 through 16 and keep a master key. Then I will give the bottles to Bart. Bart's going to take the bottles and remark them randomly with letters A through N or O, whatever the 16th letter of the alphabet is. And then he'll keep a master key of what number he made what letter. And then we will go through and basically pick our first one, and then we're going to find out if K wins. At the end, we'll find out what K is.
In the middle of that, I'm going to find Dirty Mike and the boys, and they're going to switch the labels up randomly so we don't know what we're drinking.
And then we wouldn't know what won. That'd be a good idea right there. We don't know what it is, but it's good.
That's called the triple blind. I watched that again the other night, dude.
Also, though, yeah, I just watched it. We were watching it today. The other guys.
Love it.
What else? What is going to be for sure in this 16 bourbon shootout? Right here. How's it going to fare? Pappy Van Winkle, Lot B, 12-year. Well, like
It's all washed out.
that North Korean light is washing it out.
45 watts from North Korea burns bright, baby.
The Pappy Van Winkle is going to be in there. Elmer T. Lee will be in there. The Weller 12-year will be in this blind shootout. And then we're going to keep everything under 50% ABV, so there's nothing that jumps out at you with the ABV. And we'll find out blind what wins.
I'm down with ABV.
You down with ABV? Yeah, you know me.
Yeah. I will tell you, I reached out to the one kind of famous guy I knew who also likes whiskey, Rich Summer. I have heard crickets, buddy, nothing.
Mm.
So either he shut that email down or he is not interested at all.
Sorry, DH Silv says he's tired of people calling that the 12-year Pappy. He's right. It's the 12-year Van Winkle.
Right.
Sorry.
Yep. See, I knew you were going to make some people mad with that.
Yeah.
Because the Pappy's got to be, what, 17 years now or something? What is it?
I think the 20 or some of the 20 and the
21.
23 year is Pappy.
Right. So that is technically the Van Winkle.
Now, we did just have point out like the Weller's 12 and the Pappy or the Van Winkle are weeders, and they should have their own category. We're throwing them in there. And what else is going to be in there? Jack Daniels.
The Lincoln County method.
It's a bourbon. It's just charcoal filtered.
Yeah, it's just got a little extra method put on it. We actually talked about this, and we said this is going to make a lot of different people mad. They're going to be like calling BS and no and this and that. And so we debated it, and we finally said put it in there. And as long as people are saying that's illegal, that's illegal.
Yeah. Tennessee whiskey is not a bourbon.
Yeah, we're the dummies. Technically, it's a bourbon. It's just got an extra thing to it.
Yeah, we're going to see how the Jack Daniels – maybe Jack Daniels will beat out the Van Winkle.
Oh, watch out. Now people are going to get mad.
When are we going to do – actually, it's the blind 16 bourbon test. When are we going to do that? Your family is going to be gone the week in July. There's a week in July, and we'll probably try to get it filmed then.
All right. I'm leaving that one up to you. You're the main guy on that one.
I think even if we just get together and do one bracket a night after work, know, and knock it out.
Sure. I want to do a peated shootout.
A what?
Peated. I've been saving it. Like, I won't touch this English whiskey company yet because we're going to use that.
Wow.
And then we're going to have the regular Lafroig 10. We're going to have an Ardbeg 10.
Well, the English though is 60-some percent ABV. How can you put it up against Lafroig 10?
We're going to put the cask strength in there as well. There'll be some higher ABVs, so you won't know. We're going to do a quadruple blind. My dog is going to pick which one that we try. We're just going to do it. It's not going to make any sense at all. Yours is well thought out and planned. Mine's going to be ad hoc. Bam. It's going to be good.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. It'll be blind. You won't know what it is.
Claire points out we need Octomore 6.3 in there.
That's in, baby. So's the what do we do? 6.3 and the 5.1?
6.1.
6.1. Yeah, well, I'm in there. I'm holding on to them. We're going to have some Port Charlotte, Scottish barley, Isla barley. Bam. We might even work in a little 3D3, just see what all happens.
We like the Wild Turkey 101. However, that is over 50% ABV and therefore cannot be in the shootout.
Yes. We have talked about doing a 50 ABV and above shootout, though, as well, but that'll be further down the line. I really liked that massive shootout, and Scott's main push was we got to go beyond not knowing what the four are in front of us. We got to not know what any of them are.
Right.
And I agree. I think that's sporting.
Yeah. We'll try it. And that was one thing some people pointed out, with the rye shootout, just having it down to the 4. And then you're trying to pick, well, this one I know is A, this one I know is B, and this one is going to be one of 16. You won't know what it is.
Right.
Or maybe you will. Maybe your taste, maybe your palate is in tune that day and you can pin down all 4 of them.
Well, the one thing I liked, oh, come on, man. I couldn't do that when I knew what 4 were in front of me. So I kind of liked having 4 there and thinking, oh, this is the rhyme. Well, I could tell what the rhyme again was. But I mean, thinking, oh, this is definitely XYZ. My worst one was when we did the blended, the Chivas, the Doers, and the Black Label. And holy moly, you're talking, when you remove the bottle and the label, I thought it would have almost zero effect. Wrong. You did way better on that than I did. That is educational. I mean, that is very, very educational. Well,
we're still pinning down for sure what we're going to have in there. So some comments coming in. We know we'll probably Wild Turkey 81.
Well, mention the comments.
Buffalo.
I can't see them anymore.
Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare. We had a couple comments come in about 4 Roses single barrel, not just tonight, but from last week's show when we talked about it. Bart's holding up the bottle of Wow.
It's about time. Woo! We're about ready to shut this show down.
Yep. The bottle of Wow will not be in the shootout because it is over 50% ABV.
But the regular Elijah Craig.
We will pick up a bottle of the NAS Elijah Craig to throw in there.
Yes.
A couple comments about Russell's Reserve 10-year. And I think, do we still have that? I think either I have or you have a bottle of that, I think. Russell Reserve 10. We might not have reviewed it yet. It might still be sitting out there.
Yeah, we got the Russell's Reserve 6.
That's the rye.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
I'd have to go look.
And then, of course, the Van Winkle 12, the Elmer T. Lee, the Weller's 12. What else did we talk about having in there?
I don't even remember.
So we'll get her hashed out.
All right, dude, I think we need to call it. It's Sunday. My back hurts. The whiskey's helping. It's medicinal.
Thanks for everybody tuning in. We had good numbers again, good comments coming in.
I've got my new shirt. If you can see, this is the Scotch It, You Scotch Gods.
I like it.
Yeah, it's got the flow to it.
Blanton's is in, people. We had a couple comments. Yes, we will have Blanton's in the shootout as well.
Have you squared that away?
Not yet.
Okay, because, man, that was – I called for the Blantons. Scott wanted the Blantons. I love Blantons. I also like Woodford Reserve, the regular, not the double wood. And but we have not seen the Blantons show up lately. It's like, where is it at?
I had a bottle. I bought it. It just shows up occasionally when they get it released. And our liquor store got one bottle, and I picked it up, and I was going to save it.
Yeah.
And one of our good friends retired.
True.
And I gave it to him as a retirement bottle.
Well, didn't you have him try it or something, and he really liked it at a bar or some deal?
No.
Oh, God. Then you shouldn't have given it away.
But all I got to do is hit him up, and we can get a little sample bottle back of it, I'm sure. So,
man, I would buy that. I really, really liked the one I had. So, but hard to get.
The Basil Hayden's with the toga will be in there probably.
Oh, tired.
All right.
I'm going to rip the label off.
You going to call it?
Scotch it, you Scotch gods.
Solancha, dummies.
It's like a matrix.